Trifecta, and it's up to the Centennial Cougars taking on the Osseo Orioles. Also, all of our teams on the road, by the way. That's why we got all this footage courtesy of other people. And Osseo would get on the board first. Wyatt Doubler, 32 yards to Michael Henderson, able to walk his way in. We saw that a couple of weeks ago against the Blaine Bengals. So they get the early lead. Cougars having to come from behind. Well, we're going to go to the air to set something up. And when Elijah Ward goes to the air, he goes to Mason Lindsay, 48 yards to set up a potential touchdown. Ward wants to go again. This time, Jack Parenteau, bang, in the end zone. Gets it. That one makes it 7-6 Centennial on the 27-yard reception. Cougar defense stepping up. Osseo, the fumble. Cougars get it back. Nearly the same spot in the field. So you're the same spot in the field. Why not go to the same guy? Ward to Parenteau again. This from 22 yards out. Second connection from those two. It's 14-6. Cougars making their extra points and making the punter sweat. Drop, snap, bring him down. Special teams getting in on the game. Ike Ankrum. We like Ike. Ike Ankrum to the corner, and he knocks it in from 11 yards out on the ground. Cougars continue to roll again in the third quarter. That's Elijah Ward with the keeper. Kenneth McKenzie, who takes the hardware as the most featured opponent on Sports Day. He had a big day against the Bengals a couple of weeks ago. He gets a touchdown for Osseo. Cougars, though, too much. Coming back with Elijah Ward again. And Centennial, 35-22. They close the regular year with a victory. So 2-3, 2-4 in the Metro North for the Cougs. Bengals up top of that Metro North with their 4 victories. Again, a lot of uneven schedules with games here and there, but Bengals end up with the most conference wins of anyone in the Metro North at 4-1, 5-1 overall. Spring Lake Park in the Suburban Blue, of course, unbeaten, and they've got the most wins overall of anybody in the Suburban Blue, playing a game more than those Armstrong Falcons did. Well, take a look at what's coming up next, Blythe, and this is a complicated 6A bracket, but
Certainly
it is what it is. It is here. There's some teams that got byes, some teams that would have had it anyway. We'll show you everybody. You see Anoka there. That's in our area. Now at the 6th seed, they'll take on Rosemount. Eastridge, the 2 seed, all the way through already. St. Michael will have to tangle with Eastview, and then Woodbury and Minnetonka. That ought to be a pretty good 4-5 matchup if that happens coming up tomorrow. All these scheduled for tomorrow, first round 6A games. We've got more brackets in 6A as they'll wind their way to a Final Four. Lakeville South, one of the best teams in the state. They'll take on Cretin-Durham Hall. Edina and Osseo, pretty good 4-5 matchup potentially. Champlain Park and White Bear Lake. Egan and Shakopee representing the South Metro there. Eden Prairie on due to a bye because of COVID. Prior Lake and Roseville will be the only teams in this one that play on Tuesday. TG and Farmington also make their way to the next round for a 2-3 matchup. Then you'll see more familiar teams up in our area. Stillwater gets a bye, and then Centennial will have to take on Lakeville North, which is a very good team, but they've had some up and down scheduling challenges too. Wayzata, they were going to take on Burnsville. They'll move on, and Blaine, that game against Mounds View scheduled for tomorrow, also canceled. So the Bengals get to move on. It's a little less complicated for the Spring Lake Park fans.